Hey gang, Tony here. It is a Wednesday, middle of the week. So obviously this is not a flea market finds video. No, this video is about My Pet Monster. Now, first of all, if you want a full-on comprehensive video about My Pet Monster, I just finished writing a script for it, and it will be airing on Retro Days, where I write scripts, for the 9th. So August 9th, that's not this Saturday, but the following Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, not this Saturday, but the following Saturday on Retro Days. Go over there, subscribe, and you'll be not only happy you did, because there's a ton of other amazing videos, like our 4-part summer series that we just put a cap on. So there's 4 pretty cool summer episodes you could watch, but also, like I said, full-on My Pet Monster retrospective. Talk about the toys, some of the history about it, and the thing that I'm about to talk about now, which is a new release of My Pet Monster. So a company called The Loyal Subjects, few weeks ago maybe, put out a pre-order on their page for My Pet Monster. I went ahead and jumped right on that because I've always wanted one of these, and there's no way I'm paying for an original. Unfortunately, they go for like hundreds of dollars usually, and I can't spend that kind of money. This did sell out. I'm going to show you, that's the box right there. So I'm going to show you what it looks like. I'll give you a real close look at it, because there are some kind of mixed reviews for this thing. So it really kind of depends on how you feel about this release, whether or not you want to get it or not. But I will say that it sold out. However, it appears as if it will be coming back in stock in a more widespread way. So let me show you what I'm looking at here. What I have on the page is an Amazon listing for The Loyal Subjects My Pet Monster. It says currently available. It used to say, it says we don't know if it's coming back in stock. When I checked while I was writing the script, that had said September. So it did have a release date of September, and now it doesn't. So I'm not sure what changed. It does say that it's currently not in stock. They don't know if it'll be back in stock. So I'm becoming less and less sure about the future of this release. But I mentioned in the script that I wrote that there was reporting that it would be put out in stores, that it was coming out in the fall of 2025 in stores. So, they're not very clear about that. I actually emailed the company to ask. They haven't emailed me back, so I don't know what the deal is. But another thing that makes me think this stuff will be coming out in stores is that the only thing that's been sold so far has been My Pet Monster. But if you look at their Toy Fair listings, you'll notice that besides the main stuffed toy, there were these little keychains which have not been sold anywhere yet, and there was also like these little mini stuffed toys of My Pet Monster that also, as far as I can tell, have not been actually sold anywhere yet. So those things still have to be sold, right? And I'm thinking, and this is pure speculation, but I was thinking that in the fall, the keychains, the mini stuffed toys, and then another run of the main stuffed toy would all come out maybe at like Walmart or Target or Amazon, wherever. Here's the thing. They were never sold on Amazon. They were sold through the Loyal Subjects main webpage. So why is there a My Pet Monster listing? Actually, as I'm saying that, I can't confirm that now that I'm thinking about it, because this is the official Loyal Subjects store front. So they created the listing. As far as I know, it was never sold directly through Amazon. I was pretty sure that you could only get it through their webpage, their website. I might be wrong about that, though. All right, so enough of that. Here is My Pet Monster. So the first thing you're going to notice is it's nowhere near as big as the original release, and it looks a little different. It doesn't look straight up like the original release. So that's kind of what I was saying. People were complaining a little bit about the size. So like if I put it next to me, I guess standing up, you know, like if I took them out of the packaging and you had them standing up, you get a few more inches on there. I don't know if it says anywhere exactly how big it is, but the original was 26 inches, I believe. So this is clearly, it's a smaller toy. So that's, sorry, I was just checking to see if it's had the size anywhere. So that's the first thing. And then, like I said, the second thing is that even though I feel like it looks close enough, like it's a re-release. It's not meant to be a perfect replica. So for what it is, I'm pretty happy with it. These are all, you know, hard plastic. Got the fabric ears. Got his little tuft of furry hair up there. Got the handcuffs that break away, and you could take those off. The quality is pretty cool. I like the quality. The box is nice. I like the matte finish on the box. Kind of is nice, because then I don't know if you could tell, but like that's tape that's reflecting there. All right, so I'll kind of hold them there while I talk, so you could keep looking at it. Yeah, if you are like a perfectionist and a traditionalist, I know there's always going to be that camp of people who are like, no, this is not my pet monster. It's not the right size. It doesn't look perfect. The handcuffs are a different size because it's on a smaller plush. Fair enough. I get where you're coming from. This was $50. If you want an original one and you want to pay whatever they go for, at least a couple hundred, with the handcuffs, usually maybe a bit more. That's an option. They're on eBay. I'm gonna go to eBay in a second, actually. So it's really a matter of, like, you know, where you stand on that. I wanted this. I knew it was a small, like when I ordered it, it was clearly, the listing is pretty clear that it's a smaller one, and you could see what it looks like in the pictures. So I for $50, I'm like, no, I'm jumping on this. So I'm really happy with it. I think the quality is there. And visually speaking, the colors and the look is close enough for me that I'm pretty happy with it. For $50, I'm psyched, to be quite frank. So I mean, this guy is gonna be displayed, and I'm keeping it, obviously. But I want to show you something. So if you go to eBay, people have already started listing this thing for crazy money, right? I don't know. I didn't click sold yet, so I don't know what people are actually paying for this. But I would caution you to wait at least until late October, if not November, to see if this comes back out officially before spending hundreds on the eBay listings, because this is ridiculous now. I mean, I've never been a fan of scalping, and I always, for the most part, feel like it's pretty shitty. I mean, you know, people are gonna do it. That's fine, whatever. But I usually caution people, unless you absolutely have to like not pay scalper prices. Looks like 100, so that's twice the price that you could have paid. Actually, I do want to point something out. That one more thing. I did notice, even though it didn't seem to say it anywhere on the listings, I did notice as I was looking at the box, it's kind of hidden, but that little sticker right there, I'm going to see if I can get you to see that. It does say limited edition. I don't know how limited. I didn't think it was limited. And I don't know if maybe they're going to release something that looks a little different, has different packaging, maybe just doesn't have that sticker on it. I have no idea. But I was not aware that it was limited until I saw that little sticker on there while I was checking out. So it is technically, you know, I would still wait if you're interested in this. I would still wait. But back to that the eBay really quick. So I specifically searched the Loyal Subjects My Pet Monster to get these. Let's see what people are paying. Yeah, see, like 120, 100, 120. That was okay. So it seems to be the going price is around 100 to 120 that people are willing to pay for this. Someone blew 150 on one. These are. It looks like some people were even selling them as pre-sale, which I don't think you're really supposed to do on eBay, but I guess it doesn't stop people from doing it. So that was before they started shipping. But yeah, around 100 to 150, 120 seems to be the median that people are going to pay for this. And just as a reminder, it sold originally for $50. If you got it from the Loyal Subjects, it was $50 plus shipping. If you get it from Amazon at some point, it may only be $50. They may end up going down in price if they release wide. So, again, you know, that's just my recommendation here is to give it a month or two before dropping twice or more on it. Now, if we were to search just regular My Pet Monster, I want to show you how much the originals go for. So here we have 175 without the handcuffs. The handcuffs alone, you could see someone made an offer, but it's probably like around $60, I would bet. Is Loyal Subjects. Yeah, $50 for one of the cuffs. $150 without the cuffs. Here we go. Right, $450 with the cuffs. It looks like two pairs there. Someone made an offer on $320 with the cuffs. These smaller My Pet Monster pets go for $175. Got a $300 one here with one of the pets. $125, $89. It actually looks like it's not terrible. So you might actually be better off if you are going to buy the original. You might not be better off buying one without the cuffs and then buying the cuffs separately, because it looks like people are paying upwards of $300, $400 for it coming with the cuffs. But if you get one without, it looks like you could have, like, this guy scored one for 90 plus shipping, about $100, and then maybe he bought these cuffs for 50 with the shipping, so ended up $150 for a full set instead of paying fucking, you know, whatever for whatever they offered there, maybe $300 or $450 for it coming with the cuffs. Let's see what we can do. Actually, let's get out of here. We'll see. Yeah, you know, it looks like people are. The buy it nows on these things are always in the $200 to $300 range with cuffs. This is the 2001 release here, which, again, you could kind of look at, like, all right, here's the original, and then look at the re-release they did in 2001. This one talks, I think, but it looks way different, right? Even less like the new Loyal Subjects one, and these still go for like $260. I mean, pretty much anything My Pet Monster ends up going for a lot of money. $185 or best offer without the cuffs. Yeah, you know, people got some crazy prices on this stuff. You gotta be pretty diligent. Here's a $139. I was just looking to see, like, if you could get one, like that one guy did. If you could get for $100 and then the cuffs for $50. This looks like something's going on there. I think sometimes they're like repro cuffs, or they're not the real ones. You got to be careful about. Anyway, all right, so that's it. I wanted to show you the new release of My Pet Monster, talk a little bit about the differences between this one and the original, give you some idea of the prices of all the things, and caution you that if you're interested in this guy, maybe wait, see what happens in terms of future sales, because I feel like they may come back. They may not, but I think it's worth waiting, save $50, $60, $70, especially if you're like kind of iffy on the whole, the size and the look. But I think they're pretty cool. I don't think there's any reason to get all super picky. It's not the original. If you want the original, buy the original. All right, everybody. Hope you enjoyed. I'll be coming back hopefully with maybe a flea market video this weekend. Hope you're all staying cool. I got to turn my air conditioner on. It is getting hot in here, and I got some work to do. So breathe deep of the night, everybody.